fuck is you talking about? Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, I really do this shit.
Come on in, come on in.
You know what I'm saying? Really gotta live this, breathe this, be this. Prayed up to my days up. Blessings on blessings, guys. Yeah, I'm on a path. I'm in my God body, nigga, do the math. And I take a bath in the water. I know I am the daughter of the river of the moon, blessed by ocean. And bittersweet is coming soon. You can cop that shit on iTunes or P-Vice at noon. I'm focused. Everything will manifest because I wrote it. I'm hella sweet because I spoke it. Notice I am the sugar, honey, icy. You fake niggas is fructose, you high C. I'ma be a high priest. You can be a hype beast. Keep fighting yourself if you want to. I'ma keep it humble. He called me his bumble. Stay buzzing up my feed, calling me his queen bee. I'm like, chill, Lord, homie. I'm just trying to preach this the gospel. He like, boo, I got you. I know you a queen. I'm just trying to tune my chakras like.
This is the Plum Queen Podcast. Come on in.
Bless. I be in the crib with my feet up. You be moving slow, need to speed up. I got holy powers like I'm Jesus. Born out of sweetness, I be the sweetness. Since the infant, man, I knew I was the shit. Great grandma died of Alzheimer's, but she knew the kid. Only 2 years old, standing by her at the bed. First time meeting, but she reached out for my head. On my birthday, I died, but I came back from the dead. 4-pound baby, hella tubes inside my head. Told them now I'm here to stay. And know what I'm here to say. Many roads I have to pay, and my gift is that I'm brave. Don't you ever disrespect my God body. Whatever beef you got for you and God, it ain't by me. You a copy and I'm the OG. Stay low key, keep a blessing on me. Body in the crib with my feet up. You be moving slow, need to speed up. I got holy powers like I'm Jesus. Born out of sweetness, I be the sweet. I be in the crib with my feet up. You be moving slow, need to speed up. I got holy powers like I'm Jesus. Born out of sweetness, I be the sweet.
New York Show. Bittersweet 2018.
Plum Queen
Niggas ain't
Podcast.
ready for the sweetness.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening? This is the Plum Queen Podcast. I am the Plum Queen, and we have our sister, the Divine Chakras, in the building. Say hey, girl, hey.
Hey, girl, hey.
How are you doing this evening?
I am amazing. How are you?
I am awesome with the sauce on it.
Yes, come on now. What type of sauce we working with today?
All right. Well, I appreciate you being here. You are the another addition to our Plump Queens panel. I just wanted to let everybody know who you were, get you on out there. So, you know what I'm saying, we can get this divine feminine takeover, you know what I'm saying, keeping it moving. All right.
Absolutely.
So tell us
Yeah.
who you are, where you're from, and what you all about, love.
Hey, everyone. So I guess everyone calls me Divine or Divine Chakras, but that's actually the name of my company is Divine Chakras LLC. My name is Shalom Gaia L. Okay, officially Shalom Gaia L. So nice to meet everyone. Hey, to all my sisters out there. So basically what I do or what I am is I am a spiritual based practice, but I have now branched off into a lot of things, including custom crystal jewelry, life coaching, business coaching as well. And now I just launched my Shadow Work Academy on Patreon. So I'm real excited about that. I'm from the DMV though. DMV, stand up, PG County, Maryland. Okay, 202-301. That's where I'm from. And that's where I live now. And yeah. What is that all you wanted to know? No.
I mean, whatever you willing to tell us. We trying to get to know, you know what I'm saying, who Divine Chakras is.
Make sure I give y'all the correct introduction.
Absolutely. All right. So let's dibble and dabble exactly who you are. You said you do a lot. So, give us a little spiel on all of those things.
Absolutely. So, pretty much my business or Divine Chakras is a collection of many different services that I offer. I think that I am probably well known for my tarot readings, which I like to call, snatch my edges readings, where I basically help women and men. Of course, we have to service, our brothers and our sisters, but I do focus on my ladies mainly because I am a woman, first. And, I have to really make sure that I embrace my sisters and, make sure we're staying on code and we're on one accord here. But pretty much like what I'm pretty well known for is my tarot readings and my outlandish videos on Instagram, where I tend to be very outspoken about the different things that are happening, not only in our community, in the actual world, but just also in life and all, just general. So I like to say I'm not for everyone, but I am for some people, but I'm definitely not for everybody. I know I'm very opinionated and I can be a little aggressive in my opinions, but it's because I'm very passionate in what I say and I truly believe it. And it's because I've lived it and I've applied the principles that I talk to in my life in order, to help myself get to a better place. So I just think that there's more than one way to skin a cat, honestly, Plum Queen. And so if I can help someone else learn how to skin a cat a different way, and it works for them and they become successful, then why not? Why break something that isn't broken? So that's how I feel.
Well, I feel the same way. I think that's where we connect. I'm not for everybody either. I tend to be a little bit nicer, but yes, I can get aggressive when I'm speaking and I'm passionate about what I'm talking about. I am very opinionated. Yes,
Yeah.
I am. So, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to have, saying this podcast, because even with that, our voices still need to be heard and we honestly need to learn, how to communicate with one another with our passions and, our forwardness. We have to learn how to have these dialogues. You know what I mean? So now you mentioned, you're well known for tarot. Now, for me, I have just, been dibbling and dabbling in that, but not so much myself, more so using it as a tool. I know a lot of sisters who do tarot.
Yes.
And it has been giving me what I say, the clarity that I need from time to time, on my journey. And matter of fact, a lot of things that have been said to me is coming to fruition, at this very moment. So, I don't know it in depth, so I hope that you can, educate us a lot more on what that is. But I do know for a fact that it definitely gives you the clarity. You already know, honestly, we all know, what goes on in our lives and what we're supposed to do. But it's something about someone telling you, or that message coming from somebody else that doesn't know your life, who should not know those things. And then they go right and spit that right back at you. So there's there's a truth, that comes from that. And it's definitely helped me. So explain tarot, for those who don't know what that is.
Wow. Well, first of all, I just want to say, because people always ask, how long have I been reading tarot? And I always tell them I've been reading for thousands of years, which I know that I have. I've definitely, and let me say this. I was not reincarnated. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. But I was not reincarnated. Now, do I think that I did this in a past life? I don't know, but I do know that one day I just decided that I was going to pick up some tarot cards, and that was it. That was it, as they say, that was murder she wrote, But from the information that I have gathered regarding tarot, and just through the classes that I have personally taught on tarot as well, tarot actually started off as a game. It started off as like a way for you to play cards. And it eventually turned into, or what evolved into now, what we see as the tarot system, going from the major arcana to the minor arcana to the court cards and all that good stuff, and how they break down the cards and how it is aligned with astrological planets and things of that sort. Also signs as well, so your zodiac signs too. There's also numerology within tarot and a lot of symbolism in tarot as well. But each tarot system is a little different. So, for example, if you were to get a Rider-Waite tarot, which is what most tarot readers tend to read first, not all, but most, because it is the most universal system, is what a lot of people base their tarot cards on. Right. So, you know, that you have that system, and then you may have like the African tarot system. You may have the Egyptian tarot system, or the Kemet tarot system. They call it Egyptian. Okay. Anyway, but and then you also have your oracle. You have your oracle decks too, as well. And so your oracle decks are usually a little bit more of a softer energy, so to say. You know, it's a little bit more lighthearted. And I like to use oracle within my tarot readings too, but tarot is the nitty gritty, you know. I always like to tell people that your life is written before you even came here. And what people like to say, you know, God planned your life out. But, you know, to me, I feel like we signed a contract. Our soul, we have a soul contract. Our souls have a contract, and sometimes you deviate from your mission. You deviate from the lessons in life that you need to learn. A lot of times, obviously, from the matrix, from the infiltration of matrix ideas and things like that, right? So sometimes you need a gentle reminder from spirit about what you need to be doing in life while you're here. And so that's what tarot is. Tarot is a way for you to get back in alignment with what your soul contract is and what you are put here to do. A lot of times people say that you can, I don't know, I guess, show the future, but the future is already written. I mean, it is what it is. And so that's why you say, Plum Queen, oh, a lot of times it's clarity. It's like, but I already knew this. You knew this because you signed your contract. So stop playing. Stop playing and do what you need to do. You know, and so that's what spirit tries to, not even tries to. That's the message that tarot gives you through spiritual divination. Now, can tarot be used for good and evil? Absolutely. Just like anything can be used for good and evil, or however we want to look at each side of the coin. I don't like to say good and evil. I just like to say it is what it is, because that's just life.
Negative,
but
positive.
you know, yeah, negative and positive. You know, we live in duality, and so because we live in duality, there's always going to be, you know, the other side of the story, so to say. So I love that, you know, tarot does also offer duality, you know, and it gives us the ability to choose, because you have free will. So in my tarot readings, I always tell people, you have free will. You don't have to do whatever spirit says, but because of your soul contract, you will be put back on track, whether by hook or by crook. You will be put back on track. And so a lot of times it's like the tower moment. You know what I'm saying? The tower. When the tower shows up, you like, oh God, here we go. And it's like, yeah, because you've been out here playing. You know, you've been out here deviating from the plan, from the task at hand. And so, you know, sometimes when these cards pop up, I don't have nothing to do but laugh.
You know, it's interesting when you say when you have a tower moment, it's, you know, pretty much saying that you're playing. So I've had a few of those with some personal people in my life, and you know, phrasing it as playing makes a little bit sense. I have a friend of mine who we've kind of been relating on a very low vibration, and I've just and I know better, but you know, that's where this person is. So I figure like it's whatever, you know, this is, you know, how I can stay connected to them. So, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. But now, like with the climate the things that we're going through right now, this pandemic and all of this public, you know, saying murder and stuff like that, it's like, I can't play around with that no more. That is no longer, you know what I'm saying, acceptable. So absolutely. Now, you know, we're not vibing, you know what I'm saying, like we used to. You know, conversations are a bit awkward. You know, we really don't talk to each other as much as we used to. And it's just so funny how you use the word about playing. And you're right. I've been playing. I've been playing. You know what I'm saying? Even to spare this individual's feelings in certain lights, because I understand their mindset. So kind of just getting on to get along, you know, kind of thing, and that's no longer acceptable. So
it's not.
Yeah, don't tell
you know, I'm gonna be real with you, Plum Queen. If it wasn't for like I said, I mean, I've been reading cards physically in this matrix for about 4 years now. And all of 2019, I've been telling people to get their stuff together. I've been saying it. And if you like, this is all catalog. You can go on my YouTube, you know, shout out Divine Chakras on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. And if you go to my readings from 2019, I would say about, because I was talking about astrological movements as well, which would have been the timelines closing. So if for anyone that's listening, if you want to actually go and look at the information I'm talking about, there's a couple of videos. One of them, look at the new moons, all the new moon readings that I did last year, and then also look at the timeline shift video that I talked about. And this literally just, and because you brought up your friend, there are, you know, everyone's not going to be able to go. Everyone's not going to be able to come. People are not going to transition with us, especially when you're getting back on track and you're getting back on to your contract. Like you are now, I guess, okay, you had an extension, right? So we gave you a due date change, Plum Queen, all right? We let you get by. But it's time to pay the piper. You know what I'm saying? It's time to pay the piper. And I don't mean with money, I mean with the fact that you are now back in agreement with your contract. You know what I'm saying? Almost like if you were late on your payments and you missed your payment. Like that's what's happening right now. A lot of us, we were late on our payments. We haven't been paying on time. So now we getting that late notice. And it's like, okay, if you don't pay by this and this date, these are the consequences that are going to happen. And a lot of times that's the tower moment. The consequences of you not listening and your actions of not following through is that tower moment. So just to wrap that point up, you are not the only person that's losing friends right now, or not even friends, but losing friends, I should say, but having that disconnect with people that you're communicating with. Because we also have to look at, you know, we just came out of Mercury retrograde. So that could have also attested to it as well. We're in Cancer season. People are emotional. People are just downright offended by everything that you say. So, you know, we gotta tread lightly right now. You know, and that's what the cards was telling us last year. But no,
another question for me. I'm kind of changing the subject, but no.
It's all good. I ain't mad.
You brought up the Mercury retrograde. Now, my thing with, I understand that we are connected, you know what I'm saying, to the universe and everything that goes along with it. What I don't, I guess, subscribe to is the whole behavioral aspects of it. Not to say that you're not affected, but
absolutely,
it's just like blaming Jesus or the devil, you know what I'm saying, blaming the retrograde for you acting a certain way, or blaming your period. Oh, I'm on my period, so that's why I'm being a bitch or whatever. So that I don't subscribe to, but I do understand that, you know, we are connected to the moon. We're connected to the sun, and, you know, that does affect us, you know, in a lot of ways. So explain to me with, you know, us, the whole retrograde thing, because there's been debates about this, you know, and whatnot. People be funny with me when they mention it to me because they know how I feel about the behavior thing. So explain to me in your way how that works.
So I'm not even gonna lie. Like, let's you know what? Let's not lie to ourselves and say that we have been affected by Mercury retrograde all of our lives. Because before Mercury retrograde, we even knew about Mercury retrograde. Were we affected by Mercury retrograde? We don't really know. You know what I'm saying? We don't really know. Listen, I'm a realist. So I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, Mercury retrograde, please don't come in my life and mess things up. But it's just so coincidental how during these times, now that we are seeing the reality of things that are being affected by these planets, as above, so below, Ashe, then we now understand and overstand that it is possible that these planets could have some sort of effect on our everyday lives, our bodily functions, our relationships. Now, to take that a step back, now we have to take a look at what is above us, right? Excuse me. And when we look at what's above us, it's the solar system, solar system, our soul, right? And so these planets, for example, since we're talking about Mercury retrograde, so Mercury is the planet of communication. And when you look at the body, because the planets are directly connected to our bodies. So that's why they say that, you know, the as above, so below. That's one of the aspects of it, not the complete aspect, but one of them. Whatever happens on a macrocosm happens on a microcosm. So we're looking at the micro right now, right? So when you look at Mercury, and I'll just talk about communication, it directly affects your communication. Mercury, also, we would look at it as the throat chakra, right? So that's how I look at planets when I look at the breakdown and how planets affect us in some sort of way. Now, I'm not saying that this is the hardcore truth or that it could be affecting you. It also depends on the signs that particular Mercury retrograde is happening in. It may not have nothing to do with your sign at that time, but maybe the next Mercury retrograde, because Mercury goes into retrograde 4 times a year, every quarter. Mercury is the one planet that goes into retrograde every single year, 4 times a year, right? But then you have your larger planets. So let's move now to some of the generational planets.
Now, can I ask you a
Go
question?
ahead. Go ahead.
So is Mercury the only, because that's a good thing. We only talk about a Mercury retrograde. Do the other planets have retrogrades?
They do. So right now, we have Saturn in retrograde, Pluto in retrograde, Jupiter in retrograde. Did I say Venus? Venus in retrograde. And I feel like there's one more. I want to say maybe Neptune. If not Neptune, Neptune will be going to retrograde soon.
So
but Mercury,
how does that affect us? Because no one speaks about that. So if they're
maybe
going on.
Oh, okay, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So, wow. Okay, all right, cool. So, because now I got to bring myself into this whole mind frame because I didn't think we was gonna go here. All right, so here we go.
Sorry.
So, no, you're fine. It's all good. So let's take, for example, you know, everything that's going on right now. When we look at the pandemic, we look at not only the pandemic, but also, you know, where the strong hand is being laid or given to us in 2020, right? So the strong arm or the strong hand to me would be Saturn. Okay, so Saturn is a planet that is the ruler of Capricorn and also Aquarius. Okay. Saturn is a planet that shares the 10th and the 11th house of the zodiac sign. So that's your sign of careers, foundations, money, socialization on a mass scale. This is not just socialization between you and someone else. Socialization comes in with the Aquarius side of Saturn. The Capricorn side of Saturn is like your more masculine energy, whereas Saturn, Aquarius is more of your feminine energy. So that's the duality in the planets. Okay. All right. So when you're looking at Saturn, it's retrograding right now in Aquarius. I think it's early Aquarius, and then it will be going back into Capricorn. Saturn's been doing this dance with these planets for a few years now. Okay. I'm a Capricorn, by the way. Pray for me. Okay. Because I've been going through it. But it's a good thing.
My king's a Capricorn.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Okay. Good thing. Capricorn. Saturn is also the planet of karma. Okay. So I'm naming a lot of things right now that people should be picking up on right now. Because what you're seeing being played out in front of you, even though it is part of a matrix programming, is being directly connected to Saturn retrograde. Now, when Saturn is in retrograde, things like your pillars of society, for example, are being questioned, stifled, shaken up, so to say, or being eradicated, right? So a lot of things in society right now are being questioned. Authority, the police. Well, that's more of Jupiter, but authoritative figures. You're more single. So like your presidents, your senators, things like that. Jupiter would be more like your judicial, your policemen, stuff like that. So let me stay on track here. So you have leaders right now that are, going back and forth, like little children, little kids, playing around with people's money, playing around with people's futures. The healthcare right now, the healthcare system is being questioned right now. Government overall is being questioned right now. Freedom and equality and justice for all is being questioned right now. Socialization is being stifled. Social distancing, okay, Aquarius right now, Saturn retrograde Aquarius. Social distancing, having to wear a mask. You can't be in large groups of people at a time. So all of these things are being correlated with Saturn retrograde. And that's just an example, right? But when you play these planets together as a unified system, and you're looking at all of them retrograding, you are literally looking at everything that is being played out before you right now, all the way down to the exposures, all the way down to, we say the year 2020, the year of seeing clear, 2020 vision. But a lot of this has to do with the planets in retrograde. And the last time we had the last time we had these planets in retrograde at the places that they are, was guess when?
9/11.
The Spanish flu.
Oh shit.
Spanish flu. Another one of the placements within the retrograde, the last time we saw that placement was during the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really understand as we start to elevate and we start to ascend as, people of the sun, children of the sun, we got to understand what the sun and the solar system is trying to tell us. It's a story. We're being given instructions, and we are being given, think of astrology as timestamps, like on a YouTube video, and you're trying to find a section in the video that you need to rewatch. Mm-hmm. Think about retrogrades. Think about astrology or astrological movement as literal placements in a video. And if you need to go back and reference to what happened back in 1919 or 1967, all you got to do is go to the astrological movements, because they're going to tell you exactly what happened. The last time we had anything like this, of a mass social movement like this, was during the civil rights movement. Right. So we can't just I guess we can't just push away astrology. It is a very important part of ascending spiritually. But I wasn't into astrology, like obviously because of tarot, but I got into astrology this year, where I started buying books, like books about economics. Like they say, the difference between a millionaire and a billionaire is a good astrologer, someone that can read your chart, someone that can read you. You talking about me? You read me, sis? No, sis. Let me get your chart. I'm gonna really read you, because that's where the thumbprint is. That's where the blueprint is to your life. Starseeds. Think about it. Starseeds. If you a starseed, you got to know what seed you came from in the universe, what star you came from in the universe.
That makes sense.
The only way for you to find, just, how like they have, our ancient ancestors of Kemet, they use the stars as a map. You know what I'm saying? Follow the stars, and you shall find the answers. That's what I say. So that's just a small breakdown. I didn't even really go into it.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Very in depth. Very in depth. But that's interesting because again, we only speak of the Mercury retrograde. We only speak of certain planets, but what about the rest of them? They're all up there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that we're all connected to them too. So why are only now? Here's a question: Why is it most of the focus on the Mercury?
Right.
On the moon cycle. And so why is that planet or those stars been chosen, I guess, to focus on? What's that about?
I think that it's because, well, of course, the moon and the sun, we always see the moon and the sun. Like, that's just, the moon and the sun is what drives our major seasons. It is what drives, the agricultural aspect of life. The waters are controlled by the moon and the cycles of life, the sun as well. So I think that that's why people are just connected to it, because you can see it. It's huge. It's right there. It's like, that's the moon, that's the sun. But then you say to someone, well, where's Mercury? They're like, I don't know. I don't know. So just a sidebar for anyone, and this is not a promotion for this app, but if you want to look at the stars in the sky without a telescope, it's called Sky Map. It's an app called Sky Map, and it actually gives you a real live time, like in real time look of the sky, and you can literally see the planets and you can like reference them. But right now you can see Jupiter. Jupiter is bright as day. If you look in the sky right now, if you go outside and you see the brightest star ever in life, and it's like right next to another star and then right next to another little star, that is the trine, the great trine of Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter. And you can't really see Pluto. Pluto is little baby, little forgotten planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I call Pluto the black sheep planet, because, at first we said it was family, then we said it's not family, and now it's family again. We don't know what Pluto is. We're still trying to figure out, are you a planet or not? So, Pluto brings that realness. That's that transformation in depth. That's a whole nother conversation. But if you go outside and you look at Jupiter, like right now, I can go outside. I'm on vacation right now, by the way. But so I'm right here. I'm talking to you by the beach, baby. If I open the door, the water's right here. I can look outside. The Jupiter is right there in front of me. So anyone can go outside right now.
I don't know if you want to tell everybody on the feed where you at, but I'm going to Mexico next month, so I'm trying to figure.
Oh, I ain't going to Mexico, but
I ain't going to Mexico.
Look, I should have been in Mexico at the end of the month, but all of this stuff. So the whole, surging, the resurge of all this stuff. So I'm at Ocean City in Maryland, though. So
Oh, you're in Ocean City, Maryland, because I'm trying to figure out, where I need to be so I can see that if it's gonna still be around next month. Because I would love, can't see that. I doubt if I could see that in Georgia.
Why not? Georgia is probably one of the best places to stargaze.
It depends on where, though, not where I don't think where I am, because I don't live in the boonies, but I live in the middle of Georgia.
Got you. We'll still go out there and see. You never know.
Like, I can see the moon. I don't see too many stars, but I can definitely see the moon clearly when it's full. I can see that. But then I live in an apartment complex, so.
Girl, you gotta get to an open field. Get you a little sheet towel and lay up out there.
It's coming. I'm about to buy me some land. Yeah, all of that's coming. I'll be trying to sun gaze in the rising, and right before the sun sets. I try to do that, but it's real hot in Georgia, so I got to wait because it'd be like hot. Yeah, it's a lot hot.
No, that heat is different this year. That sun ain't no joke. This is a different sun. Yeah. This is the new sun, baby. That sun is something else.
I can dig it. Well, Rise definitely shining on us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, all right. So you said also that you do jewelry. You make jewelry. You got into jewelry. So what type of jewelry? I'm sure there is a story behind that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I don't even know where to start with the jewelry, honestly. So let me see. How did I start doing jewelry? I think I started doing, I want to say that I started doing waist beads first.
And I need that Oya situation. I went on your website and looked at that. Yeah, that
All
Oya
right, so look,
was
so
popping.
just so everyone knows, most of my pieces that are part of the UNC collection it's a one of a kind. So I normally don't remake pieces, but we could do something especially for you. How about that? Something especially for you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I've been. Oya is. I got my DNA tested, and I found out that I'm from West Africa, so I'm definitely came through the Atlantic slave trade. But once I found that out, I actually took a spiritual bath, and after I did that, for some reason, I called it a DNA explosion. I just started thinking about all types of things. I don't know where they came from, but it kind of just came into my brain. And I started doing some research, and it led me to the Orisha gods and goddesses. So so I started doing a little research, and amethyst and purple, that's my favorite color. So as soon as I saw that, kind of just connected me. I saw Oya, and as I read her story, definitely resonates with me, my life, what I'm supposed to be about. She's the thunder, and and lightning, and the wind, and that nature. She's how you were saying earlier, how you're very aggressive, what I'm saying, and passionate about, well, she's like that. She come through with the truth. She gives no fucks, what I'm saying, about your feelings. She's just there to deliver what needs to be delivered, and you're gonna get this work whether you want it or not.
Or not, yeah.
So I really resonate a lot, with who she is. So I've been doing so anything that I see with her name or any reference to that, it just makes it makes the cells in my body just kind of go crazy all over the place. So
little jump for joy.
Yeah. So tell us about that.
So jewelry. So I think I'm honestly, I'm really trying to think back to when I started making jewelry, but I want to say I started making waist beads, and from waist beads, I started doing stones. Started wrapping stones, and then I was kind of getting bored with that, and I'm like, I need more. So that's when I started doing custom chokers and custom necklaces. And then just this year, I started making rings. But just getting into the different types of like chokers and things like that. Like that is what I was mainly loving and liking and wanting to make. So that's what I did. I think that's as simple as that. Like, I've always been a hands-on person. I've always been like an artsy person. I've always been, a craftsman of many different things. And so that's what happened. I ain't got no story.
Tell us about your pieces. You obviously named them after, Orisha. You know what I'm saying? God, the one that said outer space. So, what I'm saying, describe them a bit, because they are very unique. It's just not, okay, this gold chain. You definitely put some thought into that. So do explain.
Yes. Now I just started, side note, I just started carrying gold chain, like talismans and things like that for people that don't necessarily want the custom jewelry, but maybe just want, something like this instead, because, we have to offer to everyone's taste. Not everyone wants to have a crystal necklace, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so as far as the crystal necklaces are concerned and how I name them, honestly, I just let spirit guide me and just kind of tell me, what the name will be. Once I make the necklace, I will then name the necklace, right? And so a lot of times I just get the inspiration from, whatever it is that the crystals are telling me, whatever energy that I'm getting from the crystals. And so that's really it. Like a lot of times they talk to me and they tell me, what they want. So yeah.
Okay, awesome with the sauce on it. So now I would like to know, your opinion on what a few things that's been going on, since you are very passionate, you know what I'm saying, about the things that you speak of. I want to know your thoughts on this Nick Cannon situation, because that deals with what we got going on as far as us as a people.
Yeah.
And I would like to know what your perspective is on that, and how us as a people either should be handling or not handling this situation.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. All right, I'm gonna just say it. All right, so first of all, y'all, let's not forget that Nick Cannon been sold out to Black people when he married Mariah. So let's not forget that even though Mariah is half white and half Black, still, you know, he sold out to us a long time ago when he married Mariah. We know why he married Mariah. Let's not be stupid. We already know what's up. Second of all, y'all been canceled Nick Cannon a long time ago when y'all called him corny when he was on Nickelodeon. Okay, so we now are canceling Nick Cannon again, unfortunately, due to the simple fact that we think that he's sold out to the Black community because of Viacom canceling him. Now, we have to look at the logistics. Let's look at this. Now, Viacom is, of course, controlled by the Jews, all right, by some big Jewish family. And so, yes, you know, you bring Dr. Griff on your show, which is not technically your show because it is still being, it's still under, you know, a production company that is Jewish. So, okay. So now you bring you bring Dr. Griff on here. We all know who Dr. Griff is. Come on now. Y'all know who Dr. Griff is. Dr. Griff he about to go in. He's unapologetically Black. So he's not going to hold his tongue. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Griff ain't got nothing to lose because he's coming on your show as a guest. So you put yourself in that situation, Mr. Nick Cannon. You put yourself in that situation. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know if Nick Cannon was ready for that heat. I don't know if he was ready for that heat. And if he was, he sure did not display that he was ready to fight that battle because he digressed. He digressed. So he digressed. If we are teaching anybody anything, we know that the Black community has in the past as a whole, because birds of a feather flock together, we've been very forgiving of people and of communities and races of people, even when they have been so horribly wrong to us. You know, I like to call that Stockholm syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And so the illusion has been created and casted. And once again, they're like, sit your Black, you know what, down. We know Black Lives Matter, but guess what, Nick Cannon? Your Black life don't matter, or your Black show, and we gonna cancel you. You know what I'm saying? And so they're moving with the narrative of the cancel culture. So unfortunately, you know, my brother Nick, I'm so glad that he decided to come back to his family. He came back to us. You know, he had on his turban. He was namasteing Dr. Sebi. You know, he was going, you know, take the torch for your boy Nipsey Hussle and keep the marathon going. So I commend him for that. But we knew they was coming for Nick. We knew they was coming for Nick. So, my love, we got to be real about the situation. Nick, you put yourself in a situation. Now, is this a setup? Maybe. Maybe it's a setup. There's so much room for, meaning like they could have set this show up. They could have said, okay, so we going to bring on Dr. Griff, Professor Griff, and you, Nick Cannon, you gonna buy into the anti-Semitic, yeah, whatever. I can't say that word. You say it for me. I can't say it. Things that they don't want you to know. Okay, that's what it is. Things that they don't want you to know. So it was. I mean, it would blow my mind that, you know, in order to keep up the hoorah within the Black community, because this is just another reason for the Black community to get upset and to get all up in an uproar. Just like them say, oh, they fired Nick Cannon faster than they fired the people that killed Breonna Taylor. And I'm like, oh my God, like, can y'all let it go? Let it just go. But, you know, I get it. You know, I get it. I get why people are upset. I get why people are upset. Genuinely. But I think that we have to be careful where and who we allow to take our energy and the information that we allow to process. Because what is Nick Cannon going to do for us at this point? What he going to do? What he going to do? Nothing. Nothing. What is a Dr. Sebi movie going to do for the Black community? Half of us already know about Dr. Sebi, and we already know about what Dr. Sebi was talking about. We know this. We ain't stupid. We can go and read a book. But what is that movie? What was that movie going to really do for us? Like, these are the things that I think about, and I'm like, well, maybe he just wasn't even that important to the Black community. Like, what was he really doing for us? I don't know. Maybe he was doing some stuff in the background. I could be wrong.
No. You ask very, you know what I'm saying, relevant questions.
But I'm just posing a real question for real answers from real people about what did Nick Cannon really give. He gave us what? Wild and Out? He gave us Wild and Out. Okay.
So he doesn't own Wild and Out because they canceled it. See, they fired him. So,
yeah. So that's over.
You can't get fired from something that you own. So Wild and Out wasn't his.
So the exposure is real, huh? 2020. See what I'm saying? And you brought up a great point that I just realized. I'm like, oh yeah, exposure. Because while we sat up here and we thought that Nick Cannon had all this ownership, he really don't have no power.
Yep.
Okay. With your you know, half and half Oreo over there. You know what I'm saying? You think that you got power because of Mariah? I don't know if you think you got clout because of Mariah. I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to bring Mariah in this, but we got to look at all points of the scale here. You know what I'm saying? People get in with a certain crowd and they think that they can do stuff. They think they got clout. You know what I'm saying? They whoa, you don't have no clout, sir. Sit down. Viacom just told you that. And then Diddy posting, oh, come home to revolt. Come home to revolt.
I heard that
TV.
Oprah. I heard that Oprah offered to bring for him to have Wild 'N Out aired on OWN, but I don't think he can do that if he doesn't own it. I don't see Viacom allowing her to do that.
That is owned by Viacom. Yeah. They about to put your boy. You know who they gonna put on there now? Oh, what's that name? Wayne Brady. They gonna put Wayne Brady on Wild 'N Out.
Nah, that's not gonna rock. These kids is not about to watch Wayne Brady. Ain't he on? Isn't he like the talk show host for Let's Make a Deal? Isn't he?
You know, I'm being real extra right now. That wasn't right.
Yeah, nah, Wayne Brady ain't gonna be it.
Wayne Brady a straight sellout. They gonna put a sellout on there.
They would have to get another popular comedian via Wayne Brady, and they not about him. But this is my point with if anybody should get from this situation is to stop thinking that celebrities are supposed to liberate us. All of those millions of dollars, all of the opportunities that they have, it was given to them, unfortunately, by this system. And the system is not built, you know what I'm saying, to liberate us. So the more money that they make, you know what I'm saying, the less that we can actually depend on them, because like everybody is saying, that was a stupid move for him, because that's how he feeds his children. And that's and they're right about that. That is how he feeds his children. His children are used to a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how he provides that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand.
You know what? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's no excuse. I'm gonna be real, because at the end of the day, if you know you about to make it's we playing chess, not checkers. So if you knew that you was about to make a move that could possibly ruin your career, you best to have some that man, please. He got Mariah money. Mariah money is feeding them kids. Nick Cannon money ain't feeding them kids. Mariah money feeding them kids. Mariah got records from the 80s.
I can dig it. I guess so, because again, the way, you know what I'm saying, they've been making it seem like, you know, with him and his incredible productions, you know, he got his own production company, and the money he's been making a while now. He has his podcast, so I'm sure he's invested in stuff and all of that good thing. So
yeah,
that's what I
He's been around.
I mean, that's what I assumed he did, considering he did that. That's why his whole rebuttal or his retraction didn't make sense to me. So it was like, and it kind of reminds me, and some people are gonna be upset at me about this. I see that's what Kaepernick did. Kaepernick did the same thing. There's people that still stand up, they still got that man as their profile picture. But he did the same thing. He took a knee, you know what I'm saying, for the right cause, but he didn't follow through. When it came down to that bread, when they threatened his money and he couldn't take that anymore, he, you know what I'm saying, they gagged him. So those football players are still going to be dealing with that. And
but that's how you know pressure bust pipe. That's how you know pressure bust pipes. You know what I'm saying? You put the pressure on them. You want to get all Black Lives Matter on us, power to the people. Oh, okay, bruh, we got you. We gonna put a solace to that Black power, and we gonna take your money.
And see, and this is one of the reasons why sovereignty is what I want for my life, and not necessarily money. See, when I think about wealth, I look at that differently. There's not going to be no type of money that you can take from me that's going to stop me, you know what I'm saying, from telling the truth.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm going to make sure that I can grow my own food and take care of my kids the way I want to, you know what I'm saying? And to be quite honest, not have my children living, you know what I'm saying, a fake lifestyle. This is something that people need to start looking at as well. You guys, you know, get your kids used to these materialistic things, and it puts you in a position to compromise who you are so they can have a certain lifestyle. And they don't need that. Do your kids really need, you know, $1 million, you know what I'm saying, live in $1 million home, and, you know what I'm saying, have butlers and whatever it is that they, you know, that they give their kids? Do your children really need that?
Right.
And this is a question to pose, honestly, to Nick Cannon. And I'm like, is the liberation of your people, is your children, you know what I'm saying, you know, having unnecessary things more important than the liberation of your people?
Absolutely. I think there is room to have nice things, but to also know thyself. I think that there's room to do both. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, our ancestors have the nicest things. You know, we come from luxury. We come from royalty. So why don't we deserve it? You know, but I think where the message becomes distorted is when you put blood on when you put blood on the message. You know what I'm saying? When people are doing crooked things to create the lifestyle that they think that they want. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, when you do not claim your land, when you do not claim your sovereignty, you then become poor. You know what I'm saying? Because now you are subscribing to being a slave, you know, to this matrix society. So I think that there is room to have a luxurious lifestyle, but do you have a luxurious spirit? Do you have a luxurious soul? Also, and this is one thing that I've been preaching a lot, is detachment from possessions and from people as well. You know what I'm saying? We can't have these, and this is why we have what's called ethereal cords or ethereal ties to people. And we got to start cutting cords. You know, you wonder why you having dreams about your ex-boyfriend 25 years later. It's because you haven't cut those cords, right? So when we create these attachments to materialistic things, possessions, that's what keeps us earthbound. That's what keeps us here in the matrix. And that's what they want. That's how they control our souls coming in and out of the matrix. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're up here focused on, you know, the have and the have nots, as opposed to focus on generational wealth, you can still become wealthy and have everything that you want through generational wealth. But how do you acquire that is the thing. You know what I'm saying? And the way you acquire it is what is going to determine your longevity as well. And so clearly Nick Cannon doesn't have longevity. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't thinking ahead. He wasn't being smart, because if he was smart, then he would know, okay, I am not on my own network, so let me shut my mouth and not say nothing. And I've been saying that to people a lot too. You know what I'm saying? For those that are listening and those that follow me as well, I've been preaching, and it's been in the tarot cards, that we need to shut our mouths, and especially if you don't have the money and the power and you don't have the position to you know, to really make moves and to make power moves, then you don't need to be saying nothing, because you're gonna get shut down.
I can dig it, but I guess it depends. Because if that was the
Yeah,
case,
it depends. I guess I mean like in a celebrity sense, but go ahead.
oh, okay, because I'm about to say, because then technically, then I should shut up.
Well,
If
no.
that
That would mean us, and I'm not talking about us. No. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me reiterate. I mean someone that is in a what we think to be, what we thought to be. You know what I'm saying? Because we couldn't see clearly back then. Now, because we can see clearly, we now see, oh, you really don't have it like that. You really don't have it like that.
These celebrities, you know what I'm saying, who have this money, and we put them on these pedestals like they're supposed to do something, and they can't. Even with all their money, they still can't do anything, even if they wanted to. That's the thing. Even if they wanted to, because I feel like that's in Nick Cannon's heart of hearts, that's what he wanted to say, and that's why he said it. I felt like he was in that energy. He was with Dr. Griff, and the energy was flowing, and that the truth came out. But he didn't think, like you said, he wasn't thinking. I felt like he was just being passionate and, you know, again, telling the truth. But you do have to be strategic about how you do that when you're in that position. My mentor, Jamar, was speaking about this yesterday, and he said how maybe he should just moved in silence. You know what I'm saying? Be the money backer of, you know what I'm saying, the face or the person that's going, you know what I'm saying, honestly take the fall, or, you know, be that fall guy. Because technically that's what it is. The person who's the martyr in front, that's the fall guy every time. You know what I'm saying? So be there to just be like Trump. Them out. Right. Absolutely. Just so like be there to be able to bail that person out, or get that lawyer, or, you know what I'm saying, set up the situation for them to mobilize or whatever. So, you know, because money, you do need money to mobilize and to do things. So if you got the bread to do that, then yeah, be smart. Got to keep your bread to do that. And in order to keep your bread, yeah, you got your bread from them. So you're going to have to play chess.
Yeah, just be the silent partner, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, be the ghostwriter. You know, we don't need you for nothing else right now. Well, until we get our platform, and then maybe we can let you start speaking again. You know what I'm saying? But like,
and see, to be quite honest, that's what I've been working on. That's what Inspire Media is all about. I'm trying to make the Black YouTube so we can absolutely have a place where we can speak that truth and we ain't got to worry about getting canceled. So that's what I'm talking about. We need our own shit. I preach this daily. We have to get our own shit. And I'm not even mad Like stuff like that don't make me mad no more, because once you know the nature of a thing or a person, you treat them accordingly.
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody about to let you talk shit about them on their platform. I don't care who they are. I don't care how right you may be. It's a fact. You not
No, you're right.
no Jewish station talking about Jews ain't shit. Like, it don't work.
That's what I'm like, Nick, you knew. So unless he was trying to get fired, I'd like, who knows?
No, he obviously not with his retraction. If he was trying to get fired, then his whole retraction didn't make no damn sense, because it took
they retracted him because they put that thing to his head, and they was like, okay, you gonna take that back, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows who knows? They could have threatened them kids. Listen.
That's very true. I cannot rule that out at all.
Canceling season is not just about canceling you off a network. You cancel your whole existence. So
I know that's right. And I believe it. And that's believable. So I can dig it. So again, and this is why, me personally, I gotta make my moves a certain way. I can't get to this work, celebrity wise. I can't do that, because I'm gonna say some shit. See, I'm gonna be the Nick. You see, I'm gonna be the person to lose my job. So that's why I can do certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be in the industry. I went to a performing arts high school. I wanted to sing and all of that stuff. No, ma'am, I can't do that. I can't be Beyonce. And I know everybody wants to inspire to be her, but you couldn't pay me to be her. You can pay me.
Not with the Hollywood. No, ma'am.
Can pay me to be her. So I got to get my wealth. And again, I look at wealth so much differently, because like, when you say things, what are nice things? For me, owning my land is nicer than owning this $200,000 house with all of this nonsense in it. To me, I can build whatever I want on that.
Absolutely.
I don't have to. You don't have to spend that much money to have a nice home. I done seen these container homes that they selling on Amazon, you know what I'm saying, for between 15 and 20 stacks. Looks like a modern, you know what I'm saying, loft type situation that you have in a city.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying, that you can just have planted on your land. You ain't got to even spend all of that money. You know what I'm saying? Get you some solar energy. Let the sun, you know what I'm saying, heat up your house and all that. You know what I'm saying? Get right. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together with nature, so you do live from sun up and sun down. Like all the elders in my family, that's kind of how they live. They wake up with the sun. They go to sleep with the moon. Like, that's how they live their life.
My mama, she like that. My mama, I'm like, why you go to sleep so daggone early and get up so early? Like,
she rocking with nature. So for me, that's you know what I'm saying. The only thing that I would want luxurious, honestly, is just being able to travel freely. And however that costs, I would want the cost to do, to be nothing. Outside of that, this real stones. If I'm gonna get some jewelry, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting my jewelry from Baba Heru. You know what I'm saying? He's an elder who makes comedic jewelry and stuff like that.
Shout out to Baba Heru. Yes. Like, he made Erykah Badu's the Unk ring. That Erykah Badu,
Oh no.
And look, them rings is not cheap, baby. So don't sit up here and do not be
No, absolutely. But that's what I you know what I'm saying, that I would buy. I don't have to, have all these expensive things. I like gifts, things that people make. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is valuable to me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's something that I can heirlooms, I can leave to my children, that I can put my spirit on that. And you know what I'm saying? I can live through the, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
right.
Like, not for real. That, to me, that's what a luxury life is, because I see that shit, that's slavery to me. That don't look like freedom. Like, you got to sacrifice shit to have that. I'm good.
Listen, having a house and all of that in the Matrix is not all that's cracked up to be, like,
you don't own it. It's not yours. And all you got to do is the wrong thing.
If you don't pay the property taxes on it, you could have a mortgage fully paid off But if you don't pay your property taxes, they will seize your property. So that's not ownership.
That's not ownership.
That's not ownership. I'm sorry. My goal in my manifestation of what I will be doing is I want an RV. I want to live the rest of my days in an RV and travel. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all call me up and be like, "Yo, Shalom, we need you to come down to, you know, Atlanta to the wherever, the compound, and come do some readings for the next 3-4 weeks. Can you come down and live with us for a month?" I'm gonna be down there, and I'm gonna take my RV, and I'm gonna come on the land, and I'm gonna be right there living with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna pick up and go, because I cannot stay in one place for a long time. It makes me cringe. It makes me cringe. So it makes me cringe. It does. So if I can, if like you traveling, for me, I want traveling to be a lifestyle. I don't want it to necessarily be a luxury. You know, I want it to be a lifestyle because it's something that I'm so passionate about doing. You know, waking up underneath of mountains, you know, going to sleep in valleys, you know, being able to wake up to the full extent of the constellation and me being able to see all the stars, you know, all of that, you know, all of that. I would love to just travel the world, you know, not travel the world, but travel the US in an RV, you know, and then pick up and go to, maybe I'll have an island home in Jamaica somewhere, you know, but I'm gonna die on someone's coast. I'm gonna be on my last leg dying. I'm gonna crawl out to the ocean and let the ocean take me away. That's gonna be my death. No one's gonna know. I'm not gonna have a funeral or nothing. I don't want y'all to cry over my body. I don't want y'all to mourn the loss of me. I'm gonna crawl my little old frail tail out on that beach and let the water wash me away. That's gonna be my death.
I know that's right. That sounds peaceful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Peaceful. So peaceful. But I think we just stress too much in life about the things that are not necessary. I know, because I've been there and do that. I still do that to this day sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I still, you know, find myself like, oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. And then I sit back and I'm like, I really don't need that. You know, I really don't need that. Why do I need that? You know, and so we're not perfect, you know, and I think that a lot of times as spiritualists, and I think we're moving to another subject here, but as spiritualists, you know, it's kind of like almost like religion, where we kind of judge each other based on what we do or what we don't do, or what we believe and what we don't believe. The fact that I commend people, just the fact that you ain't on that religious stuff no more. Like, thank you. I don't care if you don't know about chakras. I don't care if you don't, you know, look at Kemetic deities. I don't care if you don't think that the Orishas are real. As long as you can just, Jesus ain't real, bruh. Jesus is fake, bruh. Like, as long as you can say that to me, we on the same page. We on the same page. You know what I'm saying? I think we get so caught up in, you know, what you don't do, what you haven't done, what you believe and what you don't believe, and what you like and what you don't like. We get caught up in the wrong things in life. And again, going back to sovereignty, you know, sovereignty should be the goal for everyone. You know, owning land, especially for Black people, you know, owning land and things like that. That is what should be the goal. You know, even if you go in with someone and get some land, I may not own the land by myself, but maybe I give 10 G's to my homegirl and they about to put in, and then they're going to go get some land. I'd rather do that than, you know, sit up here and try to struggle and get it all by myself. You know what I'm saying? So group economics are so important right now.
Yes, they are.
And that's probably a whole other show, because, you know, unfortunately, Black people, we have been trained and brainwashed to not trust each other. You know what I'm saying? And not trust, and to not be able to work together.
That's so true.
As a team. So unfortunately, you know, and they know this. This is by design. This is by design. So while you got, you know, again, here we are canceling Nick Cannon. You know, we could be like, my brother, please come. I know they canceled you, but let's figure this out. Instead of us say, oh, cancel Nick, we should be like, you know what? You one of us. Like, at this point, if you black, we together. We together on this. I can't.
See, I would say
I can't leave you behind.
Not retracted. Had he not retracted,
I know
that response. And this is what I was saying, because, like, for instance, every channel that Viacom owns, I definitely made a post, and he was talking about, if you want to take somebody's bag, let's take somebody's bag. If we as Black people would not watch those channels, that would help me. That would mean perfect example.
You know what's crazy? I don't watch none of them channels. Not near one of them.
I can dig it. Now, I ain't gonna front. I remember I told you I had my friend who me and her used to relate on little vibrational things, and them television shows were one of them. So I used to watch VH1, but you know what's funny? This whole pandemic situation kind of just stopped that. So I've kind of just been, like I said, I've been telling her, like, yeah, I just really can't watch this stuff because it's too much important.
My spirit is not vibing on that level.
Not. So I've already been on that.
Right.
This put the nail in the coffin. Now I just have no desire, you know what I'm saying, at all. Because to be quite honest, if it ain't about elevating myself or help me elevating myself so I can help elevate anybody else, I really don't got the time for it. It's really not, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't resonate with me. Like, I have my TV on, but really don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? Anything I do watch has some type of lesson in it. It has to have some type of substance, something that's going to teach me something, even if it's entertainment. Like, I was watching this series called Alternate Carbon.
Yeah.
Netflix. That's something that, everybody need to look at. I personally, now, this might be off the wall and off subject, but I feel like that's what they're going to be doing, because there's being said that there's a lot of people in the government who are being indicted right now for, all of that Jeff Steinberg stuff.
Jeff Epstein.
Yeah, all of that stuff going on. And there's a long list of people that are a part of that, but no one's talking about that right now. Mm-hmm. When I watched that movie, when I watched that show, it made me feel like they're going to be doing some of that. Like, so that could be already in the works. You're talking about sleeves, where your body, and this is why I tell everybody, your body is not you. You know what I'm saying? Your soul, you know what I'm saying? Your right mind, that's who you truly are. So this TV show kind of metaphorically puts that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have these stacks. So it's this thing that goes in the back of your neck, and that's pretty much your essence. It's who you are. Just a sleeve. So you can change sleeves.
Consciousness.
You know what I'm saying?
Your sleeves. Okay.
Change the body. And you know that how they said in slavery, keep the body, you know what I'm saying? How does it break the mind and keep the body?
The body will follow. Yeah, the body will follow. Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Different. So they have control over the stack situation, and how they doing now, they make bodies currency. So if you broke, you get any sleeve you want. So let's say, okay, you're a woman, right? If you're I guess in the lower class, they can give you a sleeve of a white KKK, you know what I'm saying, person. They can have all of the tattoos and markings on it, because you can't.
But it's really not you.
But it's really not you. No, but who you are, but it shows how who you are is in this stack, because all they got to do is put that into that body, and all of your memories and everything that you're still living you, but you're not looking at the body that you were born with.
Wow. That's you know what that reminds me of? Well, not exactly, but there's this show or whatever thing on Amazon Prime, and it's called Download or Upload. I think it's called Upload, but it's about basically where they upload your consciousness. So, for example, like the guy in this movie, they basically incinerated his brain. They blew his head off, killed him, and they stored, or they took his consciousness, because they blew off his head. Okay, coronavirus. So let's follow here. So they blew his head off, and they took his consciousness and put it on a disc. Now, it was funny because this guy that I follows, he was literally talking about consciousness being on a disc about a week or so before I watched this particular show on Amazon Prime. And so basically, once they upload you into this fake matrix, think about The Sims, okay? They've created this assimilation, or this simulation, I should say. They created this simulation for you to live in with your consciousness. And so you're still who you are, but you are now like inserted ethereally, I guess, so to say, into this matrix world. And so like the man's wife, they were like rich or whatever, they were balling. And so you can either pay to have your consciousness uploaded, which will make you live on forever, or if you died, you just died and that was it. Like they kind of just forgot all about you. So it was kind of a way for people that have a certain status or have, a certain amount of money to be able to keep their loved one living forever. But it was crazy because
kind of like
the guy,
that's kind of like all altered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy because it, like when you are uploaded, you have like this customer service agent who kind of like helps you to like transition into your new altered carbon, into your new altered, your altered person, which is your consciousness uploaded into this assimilation. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The woman who was basically helping the man in the new realm that he was in, she ended up falling in love with him.
Of course.
But guess what? His wife ended up killing herself. At the end, her wife ended up killing herself. His wife ended up killing herself because she missed him so much, so that now she can live with him forever. And he lost it. Lost it. He was like, no, I don't want to. Like, it was crazy. But it was just, when I tell you because I decode stuff and I look at symbolism and things like that. Like, the daughter's name was Nevaeh, which is heaven spelled backwards.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just those little itty bitty, like, Easter eggs is what we call them. Those nuggets of information were just like revealing a lot. So for those out there, check it out, man. That one, and then the one you said, I've never saw that one on Netflix, but I definitely have thought in like the previews.
Yeah, altered carbon. It's definitely
altered carbon. Yeah, and then there's the other one's called Upload. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay, so that's definitely something that you guys should look at. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Because we have definitely been running for over an hour, so I don't want to take up your whole evening. So is there anything else?
I mean, listen, did you want me to speak on anything else?
No,
Will and Jada real quick.
I want to know about Nick because that's the most, you know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. Okay.
I would ask you about Will and Jada, but I'm kind of done with that.
Yeah, we already knew. We already knew that they were swingers. Like, this is old news.
It really is, and it's really not important. And to be quite honest, if anything, I spoke about as far as relationships, people need to start redefining how they look at relationships and marriage and commitments and things of that nature, because what works for people needs to works for people. And I feel like religion is what puts people in a position to judge. You feel like because God says this is that and the third, and if it's not like this is that and the third, then you're wrong. And yeah, we're
gonna have to start learning how to love differently.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have any other questions other than that, but this has been awesome. We did talk about a lot, so I am sure everyone has gotten a good feel of who Divine Chakras is. So I cannot wait until we do the whole panel.
Yes.
We're gonna collectively come up with these different topics so we can all have our I say $2 because our thoughts are definitely cost more than 2 cents. And this is I can't wait for that. But we definitely got a couple of other sisters that we need to introduce. We got to get them this camera shot, and it's gonna have to cease because we got to give this information out here. So everybody,
if y'all don't put your pretty brown faces on this camera and be heard.
Yes, we got to get them up on here so we can get some more of the divine feminine, because this whole situation is really dope. Like, I can't wait for you to meet the sisters from London and from Holland. I'm gonna be clicking with some others. Yeah, we
got that international going. Hey, I love it.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm very excited. So I really appreciate you giving us your time and energy and being a part of this situation. So again, I know we have some situations on the ticker going all the whole feed, but let us know where to find you, and how they can get some more of Divine Chakras.
Yes. So again, Divine Chakras LLC is my company. My name is Shalom Gaia L. You can find me on Instagram, Divine Chakras _ LLC. You can find me on YouTube, Divine Chakras. You can find me online, www.divinechakras.com. And you can also find my newest business venture, which is my Cosmic Academy, which is an academy for shadow work, and that is on Patreon. So www.patreon.com / the Cosmic Academy, and that's spelled with a K. So the Cosmic, and Cosmic is spelled with a K. Academy, just how you would normally spell academy. And that's it. That's where you can find me, girl. I'm all over the place.
All right. You heard her. So make sure you hit her up, and make sure you tune in to the Plump Queen podcast to get some more of her. To find more of Plump Queen, you can find me on Amspiration TTV. I have finally figured out how to change the extra YouTube page to the Plump Queens podcast. So look that up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you hit that bell so you can always get all of this inspiration and all of this divine feminine energy. What else? You need to check out my Facebook pages for all of my links. If you need herbs, go to Quantum R&D. If you need some all-natural soap from the most amazing company on this planet, go to tifiscorner.square.site. And if you would like to support the brand, make sure that you donate $27 or more, and you can get a brand t-shirt to let everybody know that you rock it with Inspiration TTV and Amspire Media. All right. I love y'all. We love y'all. And we appreciate y'all's time and y'all energy. Until next time, we're going to find us another popping song to leave with. I'm getting this good this time.
All right, girl. Come on.
And whatnot. I think we're going to go Django Jane on here. I think that's what's appropriate. Right
okay,
now.
Girl, give it to him.
Here we go. The outro.
Close us out, baby. Close us out.
Bow. If it's gonna work. Okay, maybe not. Hold up. Gotta work. There we go.
Yeah, this is my palace. Champagne in my chalice. I got it all covered like a wedding band. Wonderland, so my alias is Alice. And we gon' start a motherfucking pussy riot. Or we gon' have to put them on a pussy diet. Look at that, I guarantee I got them quiet. Look at that, I guarantee they all inspired. A-Town made it out there. Straight out Kansas City, yeah, we made it out there. Celebrated, graduated, made it past fail. Sassy, classy, Kool-Aid with the kale. Mama was a G, she was cleaning hotels. Papa was a driver, I was working retail. Kept us in the back of the store, we ain't hitting no more. Lit nigga. Already got the Oscar for the Casa. Running down Grammys with the family. Probably give a Tony to the homies. Probably get an Emmy dedicated to the highly melanated. Arc Android orchestrated. Yeah, we highly melanated. Arc Android orchestrated. Yeah, Gemini still jamming. Box office numbers and they doing outstanding. Running out of space in my damn bandwagon. Remember when they used to say I look too mannish? Black girl magic. Y'all can't stand it. Y'all can't ban it. Made out like a bandit. They've been trying hard just to make us all vanish. I suggest they put a flag on a whole other planet. Jane Vine, never Jane Doe. And I Jane Go, never Sambo. Black and white, yeah, that's always been my camo. It's looking like y'all gon' need some more ammo. I cut them off, I cut them off, I cut them off like Van Gogh. Now, damn right for the angle. I got away with murder, no scandal. Cue the violins and violas. We gave you life, we gave you birth, we gave you God, we gave you earth. We filmed the future, don't make it worse. You want the world, well, what's it worth? Emoticons, Decepticons, and Autobots who twist the plot, who shot the sheriff, then fled to Paris in the darkest hour, spoke truth to power, made a android out of your girlfriend. Let's get caught downtown in the whirlwind and paint the city pink, and took the pearls in, just in case the world in. And nigga down dog, nigga move back, take a seat, you are not involved. And hit the mute button, let the vagina have a monologue. Mansplaining, I fold them like origami. What's the way, baby? This a tsunami. For the culture, I kamikaze. I put my life on the lifeline. If she the GOAT, now would anybody doubt it? If she the GOAT, now would anybody doubt it? Huh? Do anybody got it? Do anybody got it? I say anybody got it.
Yeah.